Here we go. So let's see. What's that? Okay. Welcome everybody for our YouTube listeners, watchers. We got started a few minutes early on YouTube tonight because I was having technical troubles this morning. So we're not going to get going for another couple of minutes, but I am glad that we are up and going. That makes me happy. So tonight we're going to do some head, neck, and shoulder quick sketch. I think I got one of those on here, and I'm going to slow down just a little bit tonight. I wanted to get the class rolling through these without thinking too much about it, and that's why I went so quickly at the beginning. So we'll slow down till we figure out what we're doing, and then we're going to get back up. We'll get back up and going a little quicker as we get better. Okay, so if you haven't yet, grab a pen, a pencil, something to write on, mark on. They can't hear you. Stop. All right. What else for YouTube? YouTube. So we've been getting spammed every time we thing. So any hot online dating is not from us. I would not recommend checking them out, but it's your click. Do with it what you want. But that has nothing to do with us, and we remove them as soon as we can after or during the broadcast. Yeah? All right. Looks like Tom may be here. And Tom, if you can hear me, I haven't seen any comments from you either. So if you write something, make sure you hit the little airplane at the bottom and send that in. And then we got to figure out if you're doing that, then we got to figure out where they're going because they're not coming to us. If they are, they're hiding. Oh, look, we got some comments going. All right. Again, we're just a couple minutes early. So we're going to have some small talk here before we go live. This is Izzy. I am Jason. And back behind me, you will see is the brains behind it all. Mhm. All right. Well, let's see if we can get our Facebook friends and class on and going. Are you all ready to draw? Mhm. Okay. It looks like we're up and running on Facebook. So again, I'm a couple minutes early tonight just because I had so many troubles this morning. I didn't want to get into that mess again. Let me close that. So we're going to be getting going in just a second. I'm going to go a little bit slower tonight. I don't know how many of you got to see this morning's talk, kind of about what we're really doing and up to here. Hopefully you got a little better understanding. Okay, 2 minutes to launch. I know. Oh, yes, water, water. Who? Karen. Hey, Karen. We're gonna get going here in just a minute. Went live a few minutes early to avoid any technical difficulties. All right. So it looks like we got Tom on YouTube and Cindy over on YouTube. We got Cindy and Karen on Facebook lined up, ready to go. And we're getting close to countdown. So I set this up for 7 nights in a row. I've been thinking about doing something like this for years, and so I just kind of jumped in, and I like to do a bunch at first just to figure out if it's possible and if I know what I'm doing, and then to see if this format is going to work. So let me know if the 15-minute format works for you, or if this is something we should really make 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, give us some feedback on that. That will help us out. And in the meantime, we're going to go with one of Izzy's little school friends, and we're going to get the head, neck, and the shoulders, and the large volumes. Okay, so there's different shapes that you can use for the head. I've seen it taught, especially if it's faced in profile, you can almost do a sail, right? And then we're seeing just the smallest amount on that side. Right, so that would be the head. Like that, so the nose is there. Where's that going to put the ear? Somewhere. So that gives you all kinds of information about the head. And then how's it hooking up with the neck? All right, so remember from the outside over here, it'll come around and it's going to start down lower in the front and it's going to start up higher in the back. Something like that. But she is twisted, right? Middle of the neck's going this way. And the shoulders, where are the shoulders coming from? Well, the good news, I don't know about Tom or anybody in North County, but it was not 117 here today. Did it get to 107? Woo. Okay, well, 10 degrees better. 10 degrees better. How does that look to everybody? Is that looking pretty good? That's about all we need right there, I think, for this one. So I said I'm going to slow the poses down just a little bit so you guys can have a little better of a chance. But again, we don't want to go for details. We just want to see these large masses and how they're fitting together, right? The net fits into that. Go there. Okay. Hello, Shakti. So who's next? Who's next? Who's next? What do you think? What do you think? You think it's the wizard? The wonderful Wizard of Oz? It is the wizard. Check it out. Check it out. She's a wizard. All right. So what do we have here? Again, I doing these bigger compositions to remind you, no matter how much is going on, we want to look at the bigger thing. So the first thing we're going to look at is the relationship between their heads. All right, is it going something like that? All right, Cindy up here, Cora. Cora, she was with us from the beginning of the painting journey, just about, wasn't she? Yeah, she came in a little bit later. She came in a little bit later. Okay. And let's see, let's smudge that out a little bit. Yeah, pen and ink's not that easy. So what are we looking for? We're looking for big structures. And I see the top of that wizard's head. So let's see. And it's tilted a little bit this way, but we're seeing this side of the box. So that would be coming out like that. Or hairstyle's messing me up. Hairstyle's saying it's going the other way. And it's not real deep on the bottom, on the top, so that should be back. Boom. There. So what are we doing here? We're seeing the top, just a bit of the top. Okay, again, we're not seeing a lot of this side, just a very little bit. Okay, and then, but what's happening, her neck is like it's back behind here, underneath this stuff, right? We don't see it. The base of it, we see it kind of like that. And then also with the shoulder, she's bent over facing us. So we're seeing a lot of that top plane, aren't we? Right? So the shoulders would go like that, and then the chest is going to go more back that way. Right? So this was without any arms there. Look something like that. Okay? And yeah, we're a little wide here. And then so how does Cora relate? Down like that big old smile on her face. Okay. Tongue hanging all out, mouth all open. She ain't worried about it. She's not self-conscious. What is she doing, Izzy? What do you call that? She's just vibing. Cora is vibing. Okay, look, I'm getting caught up in details, but I was looking for the shot. I don't care what you're doing. Quit doing the details. We're looking for the big pieces. Okay, okay, okay. I'm going. Boom, boom. She's pretty big girl. And where is her neck's coming out like that? And then fits inside the body. So if we put some ears on her, where do her ears come? Well, if this was correct, Cindy's got her shades on here. Our wizard got shades on. And then that top ear coming down like that. Over. You see, but again, uh, the purpose of this is just to get you out and drawing. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be right each time. And we're searching, right? Rather than say, let's search. Let's figure this out. Is this right? Is that right? Boom. So that's about all we got. She's got an arm sticking straight down here. Her legs coming out this way. Right? This leg is way up here. Right? So we're just seeing a little bit of that before it tilts down. So this is beyond our purview, but again, to show you, right? So the chest is headed back that direction. Shoulders are headed like that. So we kind of got a wire person. We're figuring it out. Yeah, 8 minutes. Who's this? Hi, Claudia, Susan. So if that was a wizard, this must be Dorothy. This must be Dorothy. Let's see, there's quite a delay there, huh? Or maybe I'm not pushing the buttons I'm supposed to be pushing. Oh, what is going on here? Hold on, guys. Oh, that's right. I'm wrong. We're going to jump to this one. I got a couple of things that aren't synced up like they're supposed to be. Okay, so this is the Dorothy I was speaking. This is the Dorothy. So what are you up to, Dorothy? We seeing underneath your chin? I see a little bit of reflected light. We haven't talked about reflected light, so what is this reflected light you speak of? You see this little bit of lighter area coming under here? Well, that's separating the neck, which is a vertical plane, to the underneath the chin, which is like a horizontal plane. So this plane is catching light. Notice that there's a cast shadow or a darker shadow before you get to the reflected light. I would also like you to note at no time is the reflected light lighter than the light. Okay, so that was just a little side trip there, but that reflected light could be useful. What's up? Okay, 10 minutes. Well, this is better. We've only done 3, and it's been 10 minutes. It's a nicer pace for you guys. Yeah? No? Maybe so? All right, underneath, here we go. Around, let's see. These tilts, some of those subtle tilts are kind of the hardest. And usually when you start, I was always taught, you want to exaggerate the gesture, exaggerate the movement, because we have a tendency to level things out. So the hope is if you exaggerate it, then by the time you're finished working, there's still a little bit of it left. Okay, we see that ear, we don't see the other ear. So this is a tricky, I was talking about the stretch and the bend earlier. So this would be between the neck and that would happen right there. It's a little more subtle, and then I think the stretch because of the twist would come out there. Am I seeing that right? Am I seeing that right? Boom, boom. Shoulder wise, I think that's slightly lower and this is slightly higher. Go behind the neck. Go back behind the neck. Something like that. And then if you got some time left, you could get that black tank underneath and wrapping around. Remember showing us what's happening. And then got the overalls too. Okay, so what's our shadow? What would our shadow shape be? Remember? The light's coming in here, right? We see the shadow over here. So especially if we're seeing underneath, our shadow shape for this is going to be just generally. Don't have to worry about a face or any particulars yet. Something like that. With a soft, oops, that was a bit too big, wasn't it? A little bit of overkill. With a soft edge on the transition between the light and the shadow. And we're going to have a cast shadow on the neck, and we want the cast shadow to describe the shape of that neck. And if we come around, we want the light to always be full. So we want to come around the neck like this until we hit the soft edge of the cast shadow. And we'll connect all of that up. Okay, and then the shadow will also be cast across the shoulders, right? And once we get to all the muscles and like we can describe all of that. But usually you're going to want to simplify that rather than when people start to learn anatomy, their habit is to show every little bump, and you want to find the key ones. So, we're not illustrating a medical journal or anything here. At least I'm not. I don't know what you're up to, but yeah, we're doing something different, right? And then the eyes with eye sockets, right? And it would start to happen. And then what's going on? She's got these cute eyeballs looking this direction. Hey, this ain't Kansas anymore. All right, have we had any comments about the length of the video, baby? No. Yeah, is it not in the description? I thought I wrote a beautiful description. Very poetic. Oh, okay. Yeah, if they're drawing. So the question is, guys, I wanted to do this 7 nights in a row to get my feet under me to see if I can do it and then fill out the format. Do you guys feel the 15 minutes is nice and short and you're happy with it? Or is this something we feel that should be maybe a more of a 30-minute kind of thing? And once it's up and going, I seriously doubt I'm going to be doing it every night, but maybe 2, 3 times a week or something like that. So anyway, would love your feedback. If you like it, if no, I know it's something I need to do, and if I could do it and share it with you, kind of, then would keep me on board, give us a chance to get together, and all that jazz. All right, what else we got? Because our 15 minutes is up at this point. Our 15 minutes is up at this point, and look, a professional model. Do we really want to leave it on a professional model? Oops, what did I just do? I just think I just got rid of my last layer. Oops, it happens. It happens. Occasionally you catch a painting on fire or flush a drawing down the toilet and it's just gone and you move on. So what do we got here? What do we got here? She looks to me like she's tilted this way. We can see underneath the chin, right? So we're seeing under here, the head's like that. And then which side are we seeing? Well, we're seeing that side, I think. So what that means is then that this side would be a little closer. Now this is the face, going to be about the same, but then we're also seeing this side like that, up and around. What's the neck doing? Okay, well, it looks to me like the stretch is on this side this time, stretching down. Let's see, there's that, and then there's that, and then this will be pinching in and coming out. How are the shoulders doing? Tell you, if you want a challenge, you should do this and explain it to your wife or husband while you're doing it. Not so easy to do while you're talking. Boom, shoulders coming over. Where is that coming out? So that's going to come out like that. All right, so it's tilted away from us. Not much, just a little. Oops, so we gotta keep that going up. So it's going away. Now the light's coming from this side this time. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, we know that this is all going to turn into shadow, right? Just as a general form. We'll come underneath and a little bit up that way. And then we're going to show it on the neck. Cast shadow on the neck till we get to the form shadow. Excuse me. Yeah, cast shadow on the neck till we get to form shadow. And that wasn't the best because that's a straight line. It's not very descriptive. And that was just too big of a tool. Let's try that again. So what we do is, again, I want to describe the roundness of that neck. Roundness of that neck. Maybe we can figure a way to open this up right there. That'd be swell. Okay, and then again, the cast shadow. Oh, and I see I just noticed something here. This shoulder is more this way, right? She's facing us, so this is going to be less, and then this will be less too, because we'll be seeing more of that side. Does that make sense? So the more you look, kind of the more you see. And as long as you're looking big, um, for the big shapes, we are good. And what I mean by big shape, you're not in there drawing the eyebrows and all of that, but you're concerning yourself with the mass of the neck, the mass of the head, and the mass of the shoulders. Okay. All right. So I tell you what, the best way to figure out what's a good time is just to keep doing it. So I'm going to run 30 minutes tonight and we'll see what that length is compared to the 15 minutes. So Izzy's so excited she can hardly contain herself. Look, so how about a little attitude from Izzy? And do have a little attitude from Izzy? All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is tricky. This is tricky. So we're seeing the top, and why is I say it tricky? Because tilted this way. Let's see. So we're seeing the top of the head. Can't draw with an eraser. Seeing the top of the head. Decent amount of the top of the head. Down. And then we're dropping just slightly. Yeah, a little bit longer. Right, and that neck's coming out like that, right? Then this is coming this way on the neck, so this part of the neck is here. That shoulders coming out. Let's see, what kind of attitude angle do those shoulders have? Little attitude angle? I think so. Okay, and then so the eyes and the nose and the mouth will track that way. And then that ear. Notice if we took a line directly from the top of the ear, it's no longer level with the eyes, right? And that helps us tell us that this is, her head is tilted down. Because we're not going to have all these little square lines at the end, so we're going to be ending up depending on these symmetrical things, and that the eyes, the nose, and the mouth are on a different plane than the ear is on. Okay, so that's going to end up being pretty informative for us. And then what is she doing? Then her body, just to give us an attitude, is going to bend there and stretch like that. Now, if I had to guess, I bet she had a weight on one leg too. Just a guess. Up and around. Okay, again, I'm not concerned with this being exactly the thing and a little bit out of proportion, because you're going to do that when you start. And I'm intentionally not spending too much time for that because I'd rather you be, again, searching for how much of the top of those collarbones are we seeing? Is it a lot? Is it a little? Right? And then is this just a little bit of an attitude? Or is it a lot of attitude? Meaning more like that. Woo. Okay. How's everybody doing? Did we lose one already? So we'll assume whoever we lost there for the 15-minute one. Just kidding. Just kidding. I know we got stuff. Maybe the cat puked. Who knows? Got to clean up the cat puke. Ugh. All right, so this will be the last one tonight, guys. And we'll give you let's take about 5 minutes on this. All right, my friend Amber, who I have not heard from for a long time. She moved away. Hidden layer. Amber's on a hidden layer. She's in her hidden layer. Okay. So we're seeing a little bit underneath her chin, not much, but just a little. And we're seeing this direction. Why, how do I know that? Because we're seeing that side of the face. Boom. And the face really spins out like that, doesn't it? And then we're dropping back, right? We got a brain holder back there, but down here, there's no need to hold the brain. We just need something to carry a little column, a little spinal column for us. No big deal. A little spinal column in the front, a throat in the, spinal column in the back, and throat in the front. So you see that little twist up there helps, boom, bend that neck down to the pit of the neck. And then the pit of the neck, we can see where it lines up with the other features, right? If we need to check something in height, like what's the distance between here and here compared to here and here. So when we start to get more accurate, we need to slow down and really consider these things. Sometimes with the quick sketches, we don't slow down enough to get those measurements exact. And that's okay. Again, we're doing something different here. Stretch on this side, and it looks like her shoulders are doing that. Down like that. Very dynamic pose. Very dynamic pose. Okay, how did you guys do today? So let me know what you think about the 15 versus the 30 minutes. If that works out. Let's see, so which side of the head is shaded? We've got this side of the head. All right, so we can just shade all of that all the way down there. And then again, we're going to describe the neck until we get to the cast shadow, the form shadow there. Over like that. And then that will cast a shadow over like such. Got her hair. Oops, what are you doing, Jason? Doing details. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. It's hard being on camera all the time. I want to do what I want to do. I want to draw and sketch and take these in a direction I want to go in. Kind of, what about me?
Well, as you say, maybe 15 minutes later, sit down on the couch and work on them again. No reference.
Oh, you're just upset you had to sit 15 minutes longer, aren't you? You're sketching, you're doing art. You should be happy. Oh, I like those. Nice earrings. What? I like them. All right, so how you guys doing? I'm gonna leave this up just for a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna play here while you guys are doing that. How do we carry these forward? Soft edges, some soft edges up here. Make all the difference in the world. A soft edge, right? What would a soft edge in life be? Instead of, what's wrong with you? What if we said, hey, is something bothering you? Huh? Did you hear that, Izzy? Did you hear that? The right way to talk to me?
No.
All right. Yeah, it'll again, we're not going for exactness here. It's just about kind of stretching our muscles. Um, so what does that mean, more forward? Well, if we've got all these here, and we've got this, we've got that, and we've got that, then how are we going to make her more forward? Anybody? 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 Well, you're not going to see as much as the back of her head, right? And so it's things like that that can all be fixed, and this will be slimmed down probably, and we'll have to find that. And the shoulder's too low, probably. So these measurements, you're right, and when they're off, they're a little bit goofy. And when we do these fast, things are going to be exaggerated and long. But again, it's just get your hand moving, making marks. And eventually what's going to happen is you're going to notice that your hand moves as you think, right? In other words, if you're thinking right, like if we had a body facing us and we masked it in like that, well, that's not as descriptive as if we say this is facing up and then that's facing us and then it's facing down. Okay, so our marks can get more descriptive. And these quick sketches, we do want to notice proportions and stuff as much as possible, but it's more, at least for me and you guys, at this point, getting us to, does that really describe what we're wanting to describe? Well, I've got it over the shoulder, but I didn't quite send it around her neck, did I? And so the next time I might say, is that more descriptive? But we're not going to get it right every time. You know, we're not, especially this fast, we're going to get it wrong most of the time. But that's okay. That's okay. 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 As far as what to use for these, use whatever you like. And I'm sorry I didn't repeat the question. I should have repeated the question. Asking what you should be using to draw. Use whatever's around. And sometimes do it in pen, sometimes do it in pencil. Uh, and see how these different marks and these different mediums change. Okay, the thoughts are the same, but the marks will be a little bit different. What's the other comment? No, you're not the only one that can see her shoulders. Yeah, no, the shoulders are hard to see here. And on some of them they are. Um, I want to share something real quick. We may get in trouble for this, but that's all right. What's that? So this is a Peter Paul Rubens. So we're probably breaking all kinds of Facebook protocol and everything. But Peter Paul Rubens, where do you think he got the horses to model for that? Right? Do you think they're specially trained horses that they put a fan in the studio and had the horses stand up on its side? And no, all of these were created out of their minds, right? And they created those exactly what we're teaching you guys to do now, right? You see the direction of the horse's head, the neck, right? How each of them, and they're all following compositional lines in there. Okay, Izzy's having a hard time with this. She was supposed to have her little talk at school before school ended last year and the pandemic came. And so now it's just been terror. And she sees a little bit of nudity and she starts to panic. So, anyway. All right, guys. So the point is we want to get to where we can do this out of our head. And sometimes if the model is facing us, that may not look any good. So we'll intentionally have just on our paper, have them look away. All right. You guys forgot how fun and how funny nudity was, wasn't it? All these people are going, what is she laughing at? Boobies. She's laughing at boobies. I know. Poor Izzy. All right, guys, we're going on 35 minutes. I hope that helped. But again, the idea isn't absolute accuracy here, but it's just to play around and get used with these shapes to where eventually, let's get this whoever this is off of here. Let's get this off of here so Izzy can relax a little bit. And So I'm not going to do Millie here, but I can just do, what if somebody was looking up and they were looking that way and they were facing that way, right? We see their chin and they're still looking back like that. What are they in a yoga class or something? Maybe. Maybe you got a bench here, right? Maybe they're on the ground doing the upward dog, or what is this? Down. No, where they're stretching back. Isn't that the snake? Is that the seal? I don't know. Right, right. And then we can just make that up. Then we can just make that up and then build around that. And I'm gonna go more on constructive later, but right now, just try to fill those volumes, right? See what you're seeing in space. Can you construct this out of your head? Or when you go to do that, does everything fall apart? Right? So if that's there, we're gonna bend that neck there. Chin's gonna, that's gonna stretch out. Where are those shoulders? Where are those shoulders coming down? Okay, stretching out. Okay, and this is called constructive figure drawing. Constructive. So we're constructing these figures. All right, everybody, that's it for tonight. If you don't mind, let me know if you prefer the shorter format, 15 minutes or a little longer format. And anything else, we're just getting set up on the technical side here. And as I figure that out, we will next turn to hair, makeup, and wardrobe. So any suggestions on that? Might let Izzy dress me up if she's ever talking to me again. She
I get to dress you?
seems pretty upset.
Can I put you in a dress?
No. All right, we're ending the video. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.